intentionally or unintentionally, you've tested positive for a PED. And again, we're not going to make any accusations on intention right now because I don't know that, but the excuses are already coming out from the Ryan Garcia fan base who
tested positive for a banned substance, and we are none the wiser as to whether or not you've done this, so all we have is the side.
Different type of animal. Ryan says he doesn't know how he got in his system. See, that was in my blood, that it was like literally a grain of salt in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, which is nothing, not going to benefit you in any way. But I don't know.
Ryan Garcia has reportedly failed a PED test ahead of his upcoming fight with Mario Barrios. According to early reports, a banned substance has been found in his system, although officials are still working to confirm the accuracy of the initial positive result. This marks another troubling moment for Garcia, who previously failed a PED test ahead of his fight with Devin Haney. Now, once again, just before a major showdown with Mario Barrios, his name is surrounded by controversy.
I don't know where he got it, but again, it's in his system, and they're trying to confirm that that positive test is accurate. But it is at least reported to be in his system. I know they're trying to confirm that to be the case. And we're going to get to Ryan. He's posted a couple things. He's got a defense here. But before I do that, I want to say this. Two things here are happening with Ryan Garcia.
Pain Game is hitting Ryan Garcia hard, calling out the repeated PED failures for what they are, a direct threat to the sport's integrity. This isn't a small mistake. It's a major scandal unfolding right before a high-profile fight with Mario Barrios. Garcia now faces intense scrutiny, and every move he makes will be dissected as the boxing world demands accountability and answers.
Seriously, this. And I like Ryan Garcia a lot. I think the kid's a star, and I think that it's a real shame that such a hell of a win has now got another black mark on it after he failed to make weight. But this is way worse, and he needs to understand that if he has cheated, it's going to be majorly disappointing for all the people who...
Oscar De La Hoya is addressing the looming PED controversy with measured urgency. While he maintains belief in Ryan Garcia's innocence, the situation underscores how high the stakes have become. With B samples pending, the spotlight is merciless, and every detail will be scrutinized. Right before a critical fight with Mario Barrios, this issue threatens to define Garcia's career trajectory, unless he can clear the air decisively.
Hand down. He not only didn't have an answer, but his corner didn't have an answer. So one would say, well, he eventually picked it up, didn't he, Malik? Absolutely not. Here he's going to strike, lead hand still down, and Shakur is going to go with what? 1 + 1 is 2. This is not Chinese arithmetic. He made things very, very easy with Shakur just from lack of having his lead hand down.
David Benavidez is hitting the issue head on, warning that a PED failure by Ryan Garcia would shake boxing to its core. This isn't just a personal misstep, it's a threat to the sport's integrity and credibility. With a major fight against Mario Barrios approaching, the stakes are monumental. Every move Garcia makes now will be scrutinized, and the pressure to prove the situation is resolved is immense.
So that's why I really don't want to talk about it, because until all the information, I don't want to bash somebody if the information's not right. But if that's really what he did, I mean, I feel like, it's bad.
Eddie Hearn is calling it like it is, laying down the harsh reality for Ryan Garcia. In cases like this, the burden of proof is enormous, and suspicion alone can tarnish reputations. A failed PED test casts a long shadow, especially with a critical bout against Mario Barrios looming. Garcia is under the microscope, and every decision he makes from here will define his credibility and legacy.
A man who had performance-enhancing drugs in his system. Whether I believe everybody should have the right to protest their innocence. Unfortunately, in this situation, it's guilty until proven innocent. I've been there, right? But one thing we 100% know in this situation.
Sam Jones is raising the unsettling uncertainty around Ryan Garcia. The repeated PED failures put his intentions and professionalism under a harsh lens. Nobody can ignore the impact this has on the sport, and with a major clash against Mario Barrios approaching, the pressure is crushing. Every aspect of Garcia's preparation, behavior, and performance will now be intensely analyzed, leaving no room for error or excuses.
I don't really know what type of person he is, so I can't give my opinion on how he is as a person. So whether he's doing it for fun or whether he's doing it because he's a maniac, I don't know.
George Kambosos is making it brutally clear there's zero room for mistakes or excuses when it comes to PED failures. Ryan Garcia is now under the same unforgiving microscope, and any slip could destroy his credibility. With Mario Barrios looming, the heat is on, and every move Garcia makes will be scrutinized. The boxing world is watching, and a misstep here could have career-defining consequences.
A test goes through and it goes to VADA. It's going to VADA. It ain't going to get mixed up. So he's done this, and if he's cheated, he's a piece of shit.
Jim Lampley is emphasizing the undeniable authority of testing agencies like VADA. In Ryan Garcia's case, a positive PED test isn't just a rumor. It's a serious matter that demands action. Ahead of a critical fight with Mario Barrios, every claim will be analyzed, and any failure to comply with anti-doping rules could ruin reputations and shake the sport itself. Accountability here is absolute and unavoidable.
And my basic response is VADA doesn't lie. VADA's for real. VADA's a legitimate scientific research organization. They have done a great job of helping boxing to clean up performance-enhancing drug policy.
Eddie Hearn is calling out the gravity of Ryan Garcia's PED controversy with full force. Having seen dozens of failed tests in his career, he knows the patterns and the stakes involved. This isn't a minor hiccup. Multiple substances showing up in a test threatens not just one fight, but the legitimacy of a fighter's entire record. With a massive bout against Mario Barrios approaching, Garcia is facing an unforgiving spotlight. Every detail of his training, behavior, and preparation will be dissected. In boxing, credibility is everything, and repeated PED failures can shatter trust, bringing scrutiny and potential career-ending consequences.
The amount
tested positive for two substances, right?
Yeah, I believe that actually...
Did the second one get confirmed?
I don't think it did. No, I think it was just Osterine in terms of what come back. And
Gervonta Davis is highlighting how fast PED test results hit the headlines, and Ryan Garcia is now under that exact microscope. The speed of reporting leaves no room for confusion or delay, and any positive finding amplifies the stakes exponentially. Right before a critical clash with Mario Barrios, Garcia's integrity is being questioned publicly, and the pressure to prove he is clean has never been higher. The boxing world is unforgiving when it comes to performance-enhancing substances, and any misstep can turn career momentum into a reputational nightmare, making accountability and transparency absolutely critical for Garcia.
And you see how as soon as why didn't it take 72 hours for the test to come back, right?
It came back after the fight, yeah.
Right. So why ain't come out?
Devin Haney is stressing the real danger PED failures bring to the ring, and Ryan Garcia is now in the center of that storm. This isn't just a reputational problem, it's a safety issue for opponents and the integrity of the sport. Ahead of a high-profile fight with Mario Barrios, Garcia is being watched more closely than ever. Every training regimen, every weigh-in, every pre-fight action will be scrutinized. Boxing is unforgiving, and crossing the line with banned substances risks not only a fighter's career, but also the health and trust of everyone involved in the sport.
When a guy is taking in performance enhancement drugs, it's just it's dangerous. It's dangerous for
Steven Espinoza is pointing out the chaos that surrounds Ryan Garcia right now, as news of the failed PED test spreads like wildfire across social media. The narrative is dominating conversation even before the fight with Mario Barrios begins, adding pressure and scrutiny from all angles. In today's digital age, controversies amplify instantly, shaping public perception and boxing narratives. Garcia's every move will be dissected, his training and integrity questioned at every turn. The hype of a big pay-per-view clash now comes with a dangerous layer of suspicion, and clearing his name is as critical as preparing for the fight itself.
Sort of like social media is going, absolutely crazy. And usually that does correlate to big pay-per-view, but not always, because there are a lot of times where people are just talking about craziness around him.
Johnny Nelson is taking a no-nonsense approach, laying bare the recklessness of Ryan Garcia's situation. The repeated PED failures are not minor oversights. They threaten the credibility of the sport and cast a shadow over Garcia's accomplishments. Timing is everything. With a major fight against Mario Barrios on the horizon, this controversy couldn't have come at a worse moment. Nelson highlights the inherent risk of knowingly taking substances that may stay in your system, questioning both judgment and professionalism. In a sport where integrity and discipline are paramount, every fighter is held to a higher standard. For Garcia, these failures now define the narrative leading into the fight, forcing him to answer serious questions and face the harsh realities of scrutiny from officials, peers, and fans alike.
People think, oh, you won't know what stays for 2 weeks. I don't know, why would you take it knowing there's a possibility that it's going to be in your system? And why would you take it for our sport anyway?
Ade Oladipo is highlighting the strange and chaotic nature of Ryan Garcia's PED controversy. Even with possible explanations, the situation is explosive, leaving the boxing world bewildered and watching closely. Any attempt to explain away a failed test now comes under a microscope, and speculation spreads faster than facts. Garcia's integrity, professionalism, and preparation for a major showdown with Mario Barrios are all being questioned. This isn't just about the fight, it's about trust in the sport itself. With the stakes so high, every statement, every test result, and every training decision will be analyzed. The pressure on Garcia to clarify, defend, and regain credibility is immense, and the narrative surrounding him is now dominated by suspicion, tension, and the urgent need to prove he can still compete fairly and at the highest level.
If it's somehow in his system from other means, I know that might sound crazy, but I guess we have to give him the benefit of the doubt, do we? I'd like to think we do. But yeah, this is wild. Honestly, this is...
Mikey Garcia underscores how much is riding on Ryan Garcia's ability to perform amid controversy. With the PED test shadow looming, his mental and physical readiness becomes as important as skill. The fight against Mario Barrios is no longer just about strategy. It's about showing up clean, focused, and undistracted. Any question mark over his preparation or legitimacy could tip the scales. Barrios has experience and discipline, and if Garcia enters the ring under the weight of scrutiny, it could compromise his explosiveness and judgment. The outcome now hinges not just on athletic ability, but on credibility and composure. This adds a high-stakes psychological element to an already intense matchup, forcing Ryan to overcome both external doubt and internal pressure to maintain his champion potential.
Difficult decision because it depends on what Ryan shows up. If the explosive, fast, and strong Ryan shows up, he's got a really good chance.
He's got it. He's the champion.
However, if
Barrios got the belt,
Mario Barrios uses his experience, which he has, and we see the Ryan that fought Rolly, for example, then Barrios would win.
Okay, so
it kind of falls on Ryan, which Ryan shows up to fight.
If Ryan's on his game, you got Ryan?
I got Ryan.
Hey, you're a class act. Good luck on that. Hopefully, I think you're going to get in.
Showbiz the Adult is highlighting the mental battleground that Ryan Garcia now faces ahead of his clash with Mario Barrios. Beyond the PED test controversy, Garcia is dealing with intense scrutiny, public doubt, and a media storm questioning his integrity. His focus, drive, and hunger for this fight are now being tested harder than ever, because physical preparation alone cannot offset the cloud of suspicion surrounding him. Barrios remains composed and disciplined, the contrast emphasizing the pressure on Garcia to respond both in mindset and in performance. Every move he makes in training, public appearances, and weigh-ins is being watched, dissected, and debated. In this environment, a fighter's mental resilience is as crucial as physical ability, and Garcia must channel this adversity into motivation or risk, letting both reputation and opportunity slip away.
I personally think that Ryan Garcia is just trying to find any motivation to be even more hungry for this fight. His mentality is totally different for this fight, and he's in great shape. I've been worried, to be honest. I've been worried with all of the live streams and all of the kick lives and all the shit. So I've been worried about that, but he just seems just hungry. Right? But Mario Barrios was stoic, as always, and he was very serious, calling
Oscar De La Hoya is framing the Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios fight as a high-stakes opportunity, yet Garcia enters it with significant baggage. The PED test failure casts a shadow over his preparation and raises questions about fairness and credibility. Every move he makes will be scrutinized, and the narrative surrounding the fight is now as much about integrity as skill. Barrios, coming off a notable draw, has discipline and experience, presenting a formidable challenge. Garcia must not only fight strategically, but also rebuild trust in the eyes of regulators, media, and fans. The pressure is immense, forcing him to prove he is capable of performing cleanly and dominantly under the spotlight. This fight is a critical test of both ability and character, with his career trajectory hanging in the balance.
It's a great opportunity for both guys. For Barrios, who's coming off a draw against Manny Pacquiao, the legend, an old Manny Pacquiao, obviously. But I think this is a great opportunity for Ryan to win a world title. And it's a tough fight. It's a very difficult fight, but it's one that we're looking for.
As the dust settles on Ryan Garcia's reported PED test failure ahead of his showdown with Mario Barrios, the stakes could not be higher. This isn't just about one fight, it's about credibility, trust, and the future of a star whose every move is under intense scrutiny. Boxing fans around the world are watching closely, debating whether Garcia can rise above the controversy and prove himself in the ring. Barrios is ready, disciplined, and focused, making this matchup a true test of skill, character, and resilience. Now the question is simple. Can Garcia show up clean, motivated, and dominant? Or will this shadow follow him into the fight? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Garcia can overcome this storm? Or is his legacy at serious risk before the bell even rings?